Hello, welcome to another video from the Animal University channel. Let's go for the video. Seahorse. Seahorse, genus Hippocampus, also spelled seahorse, any of about 50 species of marine fishes allied to pipefishes in the family Syngnathidae, order Gasterostiformes. Seahorses are found in shallow coastal waters in latitudes from about 52 degrees north to 45 degrees south. Their habitats include coral reefs, mangroves, sea grassbeds, and estuaries. They are unique in appearance, with their horse-like head, prehensile tail, independently moving eyes, and brood pouch. They have long, tubular snouts and small, toothless mouths. Their bodies are covered with consecutive rings of bony plates. The name of the genus that contains seahorses is taken from the Greek words hippos, meaning horse, and campos, meaning sea monster. Seahorses vary in size, ranging in length from about 2 to 35 centimeters, about 0.8 to 14 inches. Adults of some of the smallest species, such as Denise's pygmy seahorse, Hippocampus denise, found in the tropical western Pacific from Indonesia to Vanuatu, and Satomi's pygmy seahorse, H. satomi, found in the tropical Indian and Pacific Oceans from the Bay of Bengal to the Coral Sea, are less than 2 centimeters long. The largest species, the big-bellied seahorse, H. abdominalis, which inhabits the waters off South Australia and New Zealand, can grow up to 35 centimeters (13.8 inches) in length. Seahorses are rather immobile, swimming more slowly than other fishes. When swimming they maintain a vertical position and propel themselves forward using a soft-rayed dorsal fin. They use pectoral fins located on the side of the head to maneuver. Some scientists contend that this upright swimming posture evolved shortly after the expansion of seagrasses in the western Pacific roughly 25 million years ago. These plants provided seahorses with useful hiding places to avoid enemies and to capture unsuspecting prey, and ancestors of the seahorse evolved to maximize the opportunities offered by this new habitat. Seahorses are usually found clinging to plants or corals with their tails. Their sedentary habits coupled with excellent camouflage abilities render them successful ambush predators. When small organisms swim nearby, a seahorse may capture them by rapidly sucking them into the mouth. Seahorses also relied upon camouflage to avoid predators such as crabs and other fishes. The reproductive behavior of seahorses is notable in that the male carries the fertilized eggs. After an elaborate courtship, the female uses an ovipositor egg duct to place her eggs into a brood pouch located at the base of the male's tail where the eggs are later fertilized. Depending on the species, the eggs remain in the pouch between 10 days and 6 weeks. During this time, the male nurtures the developing young by regulating the chemistry of the fluid inside the pouch, slowly transforming it from that of his internal body fluids to that of salt water as pregnancy progresses. To nourish the growing young, the male also produces inorganic compounds and releases the hormone prolactin, which helps break down the proteins contributed by the female. Once the eggs hatch, the male convulses his body and expels the young through a single opening in the pouch. The young are miniature versions of their parents that receive no further care. The male can receive another brood of eggs almost immediately after giving birth. In some species, a male and female will maintain a monogamous pair bond throughout the breeding season and produce many broods. Commercially, seahorses are traded live as aquarium animals and dead for use in traditional medicines and as curios. Threatened by direct overfishing, accidental capture, bycatch in other fisheries, and the destruction of their coastal habitats, some species, such as the Pacific seahorse, H. ingens, face extinction. Their tails are a valuable tool. Land-based horses may make use of their tails to shoo flies away, but the seahorse will use their powerful tails as a weapon when fighting over food or territory, or as a way to anchor themselves during a storm. Mated pairs will even be seen swimming with tails linked, perhaps their version of holding hands. Their prehensile tail is helpful in grasping a fixed object, like a blade of seagrass or a coral finger, and hold themselves in place. Speaking of predators, they don't have all that many. The bony seahorse doesn't appeal to too many fish. They are, however, a favorite meal of the crab. Humans are a threat as well, who harvest them faster than they can reproduce, mostly for sale to aquariums or in souvenir shops. They have unique identifying markings. And while two individuals may be the exact same species, their markings are unique to each one. A small crown, called a coral net, is different on each seahorse, much like the stripes of a zebra are unique to each one. The spiky crowns on their heads are the equivalent of human fingerprints. No two are ever alike. It's quite likely that you've swam right past one on a dive or two, never even knowing it was there. Seahorses are actually fish. Even though they look nothing like a fish, they are, indeed, a fish. They live in water and breathe through gills. But, unlike other fish, they have a prehensile tail and flexible neck. They are terrible swimmers. You wouldn't think that a creature that resides in the ocean would be a bad swimmer, but seahorses are. They swim in an upright position and are propelled through the water by their dorsal fin. They are the slowest moving fish in the ocean and swim about 5 feet per hour. They eat a lot. Just like a human teenager, seahorses have a voracious appetite. Since they don't have a stomach or teeth, they have to eat constantly, so they don't starve. So what do seahorses eat? The diet of a seahorse is comprised mostly of plankton, small fish, and small crustaceans. They can eat up to 3,000 brine shrimp per day. They eat by suction. Seahorses use their snouts like little vacuum cleaners, sucking up tiny crustaceans and plankton. Their long, thin snout enables them to find food in tiny crevasses, and their snout is flexible. It can expand to allow a larger meal in. They use their tails like hands. Since they are weak and such bad swimmers, seahorses prefer to grasp a reed, sea grass or coral to hang onto. This keeps them from getting tossed around in stormy waters and helps them hide from predators. They're monogamous. Seahorses mate for life. To catch the eye of a female, male seahorses will show off with a wrestling match. The winner gets the lady, of course. When they mate, they twist their tails around each other and do a little courtship dance that can go on for hours. Males carry the eggs. After mating, the female seahorse deposits the eggs into the male seahorse's brood pouch, where he fertilizes them. He then carries the eggs in his pouch for 2 to 4 weeks until they hatch. Seahorses are born independent. Newborn seahorses, called fry, are able to fend for themselves. After birth, they look for the closest thing to hang on to. Unfortunately, because of predators, fewer than 1 in 1,000 baby seahorses grow to adulthood. They can change color. Seahorses hide from predators by changing color to blend in with their surroundings. They can do this because they have chromatophores, special cells in their skin that allow them to change color. Humans are their biggest threat. Perhaps the saddest seahorse fact of them all, because seahorses live near the coast in shallow water, development, pollution, and fishing are the biggest culprits. They are also caught due to their use in traditional Asian medicine. Their shallow water living makes them easy to catch and keep for pets in aquariums, even though wild-caught seahorses do not usually live long in captivity. I hope you enjoyed this video enough and it was informative. Please like the video and subscribe the channel. Introduce us to your friends. Good luck to you all.